Hello and welcome to Marhaba Arabic 3.0. In this video, we'll be discussing the topic of diphthongs, which is a special character in step 4 of our self-teach Arabic book. Now, if you don't have a copy of that book and you are interested, there will be a link in the description below. So for now, let's just jump into the topic of diphthongs. We'll start off by giving a quick definition. Diphthongs are when two vowels are combined to form one syllable or one sound. Now, in English, there are diphthong sounds, for example, the words break or the word loud. And also in English, there are more diphthong sounds, but however, in Arabic, there are only two. Okay, these sounds are O and A. The letters used to make these sounds, O and A, are the letters waw and ya, as you can see on the screen here. Waw and ya. Waw relates to the sound O, and the ya relates to the sound A. So you're probably asking now, how do we identify when the sound is a diphthong sound? Well, the formula is as follows. For the letter waw, or for the waw diphthong sound. So if you can make a note of this and just remember to look out for this when reading Arabic, this is how you identify that the sound is aw. It's a diphthong sound. So you look for a fatha, or rather if you see a fatha on a letter, followed by the letter waw with a sukoon, then it makes the sound aw. Okay? So once again, if you see a letter with a fatha followed by the letter waw with a sukoon, it makes the sound aw. So let's have a look at an example. Okay, here we have the word law. Notice on the lam there is a fatha which makes la. Previously, you thought that you would think that there is a waw after it, which is a long vowel. You would think to pronounce this as lu. But since there is a fatha on the lam before the waw, and there is a sukoon on the waw, it is pronounced law. And you notice the o sound coming after the lam, la, o, law. Okay, that is how we identify for diphthongs using the letter waw. Let's look at one more example. The word jaw. Here we say jim, the letter jim with a fatha followed by waw and a sukoon. It's not ju, it's jaw. Let's look at the diphthong for the letter ya, which makes a sound a. So once again, you say fatha followed by the letter ya with a sukoon makes the sound a. So this is how we identify it. It's fatha on any letter before the letter ya plus a sukoon on the letter ya which comes after it. So if you look here, the formula. So let's pretend there's a letter meme here, has a fatha, so it's ma, and then we say ya with a sukoon, it would make the sound may. Okay, let's look at some examples. Here we have the letter kaf with a fatha which makes ka. Now again, ya is a long sound which you would have learnt in the topic of vowels, but here because the ya has a sukoon and the letter before it has a fatha, it is pronounced as a. And obviously here we have the letter kaf, so the whole word is pronounced as k, not ki, because remember, the long vowels only extend the short vowels, their own corresponding short vowels which come before them. Let's look at another example. Here we have the word bay. You see the ba with a fatha followed by ya sukoon, which makes sense with this formula here. So the word is bay. We see fatha on the first letter followed by the ya sukoon makes the sound bay. So just to refresh these ones, law, jaw, kay, bay. Okay, So now let's compare diphthongs and long vowels because we know the letters waw and ya are used as long vowels also. So it is important not to confuse the pronunciation when reading, and it is very simple to do this. If you remember from our previous lesson on long vowels, in order for the sound to be a long vowel, there must be a corresponding short vowel on the letter before it. For example, for a waw to be a long vowel, there must be a dhamma short vowel on the letter before it. So then it makes the sound, like in this example, lu. However, when there is a fatha on the lam or on any letter before the letter waw, okay, and there is a sukun on the waw, like in this example here, it makes the sound low, low. So here it's lu because the waw has its corresponding short vowel on the letter before it, which in this case is short vowel dhamma. So it makes lu. But here, the waw does not have its corresponding short vowel before it. So it cannot be lu. It has a fatha short vowel, and those two do not correspond with each other. So fatha on lam makes la, followed by sukun on waw, which makes aw. Together, they make the sound low. So lu, low. That is how you identify the difference. And the same case applies to ya. Here we have lam kasra, which makes li, followed by its corresponding long vowel. So yes, there is a match, which means we just extend the pronunciation from li to li. Okay, here ya is a long vowel. But now it's not. Now it is a diphthong because before the letter ya, we see the letter lam, which has a fatha, which makes the sound la, and a ya sukun, which makes the sound a. Together, they make the sound lay. Here we have li, and here we have lay. Long vowel, li, diphthong, lay. Okay, awesome. Now, just before we move on, I want to say, notice how the fatha on the letter before the letter waw breaks the rule of the long vowels. And the same, notice how the fatha on the letter before the ya breaks the rule for long vowels again. So the fatha here means we do not pronounce this as lu anymore, we pronounce it as law. The fatha here, sorry, means we don't pronounce this as li. There is a fatha on the lam. It is now pronounced lay. Awesome. So now let's look at some more word examples where we can see these diphthongs in action. We'll start by looking at the letter waw being used as a diphthong, and the first word is naum, which means sleep. Naum. Salt, which means voice. Salt. Yaum, which means day. Yaum. Lows, which means almonds. Lows. And jaws, which means walnuts. So you can see in each of these words there is a diphthong ow. There is an o sound. Okay, the letter waw here is not being used as a long vowel. We are not saying noom. Okay, we are saying noam. We are not saying salt. We're saying salt, and so on. So now let's look at some examples for a sound, which is the other diphthong. The first word here is layl. Layl, which means night. Dain. Dain, which means debt. Bait, which means house. Bait. Zait, which means oil. Zait. Aina, which means where. Aina. Again, you will notice in these word examples, there is a ya, but here it's not being used as a long vowel. We are not saying lil, we are saying layl. We're not saying deen, we are saying dain, and so on and so forth. So notice the sukun on the letters waw and ya, as well as the fatha on the letter before them, and that is how you can identify that the word or that part of the word is a diphthong. It is not a long sound. Just remember that formula: fatha plus either a waw or a ya, which carry a sukoon. If it's a fatha followed by a waw sukoon, it's aw. If it's a fatha followed by a ya sukoon, it's a. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, you know what to do next, and enjoy your day.